Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the channel. My name is David and I am working on my 29 recap for you. Did I say 29? 2019. I'm working on my 2019 recap for you guys today, but I wanted to stop and record a video for you guys because I didn't record a video last week because of the holidays. Everything was so busy. So today I want to talk to you guys about lighting up projects, scenes, sequences, videos, music videos, short films, projects, whatever it may be. I shot a music video the other week for my friend Anna Mvze, and we lit up some scenes very well. I love the way I did it, and a lot of you guys loved it also, so I wanted to share with you guys a few tips on what I did to kind of light that scene and how I made some lights stand out compared to others. So today's all about lighting. If you guys are new here, my name is David. I'm a photographer and cinematographer that can help you improve your content creation. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Today, we are talking about lighting up your scene, your shot, because there are several different ways you can do it, but I'm going to teach you what I did using 3 or 4 different lights. 3 aperture lights and 1 little MC aperture portable light. So let's see what we can do. Let's do a quick rundown of the 3 kind of lights that I really honestly used. We have the key light, the fill light, and the backlight. Some of it was overhead light, but I like to say that that was also my key light. My overhead and my key light were kind of the same thing that I kind of incorporated together because I didn't do exactly overhead and I didn't do exactly on the side. So my overhead and my key light, I'm gonna say they're the same thing. My fill light was the 120D with the Light Dome Mini on it, and my backlight was the 120D with the spotlight on it, filling in the back with the rays, the colors and whatnot. And then I also had a light diffractor, which was the smoke, kind of giving you guys a different sense of how the light works, giving you guys more visibility on the color. So that all goes together to make an important scene. So let's take a look at it with one of each and not the other. This shot here is key light only, so my 120D with the light dome on it, overhead on the C-stand. This is a shot with basically just the backlight. You can't really see much, mainly just the color that's hitting her face. And then this is going to be your fill light with a little bit of backlight because I don't have any shots with just the fill light by itself. But if it was just the fill, it would kind of be just like a key light on one side. Yeah, the fill light kind of just fills in the other side of the key light. These are 6 different scenes shot in different types of lighting, all using the same exact kinds of light. They were all set differently, they were all placed in different places to kind of set a specific mood. Now let's talk about the mood of the video. There were 2 different moods that I had to depict when I was shooting that video, because the video was set in a happy tone as well as a super sad emotional tone. So by the end of the video, I wanted you to have experienced a full array of emotions, from angry, sad, happy, confused, and by the end of the video just kind of have it jumbled into whatever. And if you guys are interested in watching the video, I will link it in the description below. Make sure to check it out. It's super amazing. Anna is an amazing artist. But back to the lighting. I needed to be able to have it dark, but at the same time have it bright and kind of have you focus on her face and kind of the emotions and kind of depict some kind of feeling to you. Being able to light it up and kind of control emotions with light is something that people need to learn how to do. And I did this, I shot it, lit it, gaffed it, whatever, did everything by myself. So it was a little bit tougher, and you know, I'm not an expert lighting guy, so you know, I'm still learning, but I think I did an amazing job here. So let's start off with this very first shot, and this one is actually my personal favorite. This was lit with this single light dome on the Aperture 120D2. Now this was shot on a C-stand. I kind of wanted to have it completely overhead, but I decided I'd go for kind of like a side angle. So it was a single spotlight on her and everything else was pitch black. All the other lights were turned off, and I kind of wanted to just kind of depict that emotion of kind of loneliness, kind of confusion. So this is kind of just a way of saying, this is you right now here in this spot, and you're kind of surrounded by darkness. You don't know what's going on. You're a little bit lost. You're kind of confused. Lighting up with one light, single light, spotlight on the person, on the subject, kind of depicts that emotion. And I really like this look because it has super harsh shadows with a little bit of revealing light, a little bit of highlights depending on who the person is, what they're wearing, and kind of how it emits and reflects that kind of light. So the emotion here is confused, lost, and just, you know, don't know what to do. And at the end of this shot, she actually walks off and kind of looks a little bit confused, which is amazing. And I ended the video with that, and it looks super good. But you can also use two lights to kind of depict an emotion that kind of feels kind of lost, kind of angry. So here I actually used three. One of them was super dim, so I don't even know if you want to count it, but it was kind of acting as a fill light, so it didn't look completely black, because the EOS R does have a little bit of issues with noise and kind of like low light. So I wanted to kind of give it a little bit more light. So I had a 120D with a Light Dome Mini over here at like 15% to kind of light up the other side of her face from the other lights, because, you know, I didn't want it to be like completely pitch black and have a lot of noise on it. We had that there. But we had a 120D with a spotlight and a filter on it. So we had a red filter for it because I kind of wanted to depict that anger. When it's dark, it really works well with red, and it kind of depicts that emotion of I'm so upset, or I hate this, or, you know, just anger and fear, or even just like power, you know? We had that, and then the 120D2 emitting that light to fill kind of the other side of her face, as well as an option of turning off that 120D2 or dimming it down a lot so that it kind of just emits that red light and you get that kind of silhouette kind of look with that red hitting the side of her face. Those two are amazing looks, and they work like super great for kind of depicting that kind of emotion, that kind of dark, what's the word? That dark, mysterious kind of look. So I really like the emotion that came out of that, and that shot was super awesome. I love the shadows. I love the way the light kind of just hits her face and you kind of don't see much else, but you still kind of make out her face and kind of see what's going on with her. Now you may be seeing a trend here. In a lot of the shots, there's smoke. Personally, I just love using smoke, but smoke is actually really good for lighting. It really helps to kind of emit specific kinds of light and kind of diffract the light a little bit so you can actually see things. So let's look at this shot here. It's super bright. You might not even see the blue light that's coming in, but the moment the smoke comes through, you can really start to see that blue hitting her, hitting the air, hitting just the background in general. You can't really see it if the smoke's not there. So having smoke or fog really helps with light, especially if it's colored light. The colored light will stand out if there's fog. So whenever I'm trying to use colored spotlights and whatnot, I really like to kind of throw in some smoke just to kind of like add to the atmosphere and the environment and kind of diffract the light a little bit so it kind of lets me show color and emotion because of the smoke. So smoke is a good option if you really want to start using color spotlights and kind of just, you know, show some emotion and add some cool effect. And then we have this shot here where it is actually a spotlight and there's smoke. So it's just one spotlight heads on, straight down on her, sitting in a chair, and she is just cool in it. She's just doing her performance scene. You know, it's kind of just like a lazy, kind of emotionless kind of look, you know. It's not too dark, not too bright, smoke everywhere, not much color, kind of desaturated. All you can see is the orange of her jacket, and it's just emotionless. Maybe confused, maybe she doesn't know what she's feeling, maybe she's considering it, maybe she's thinking about it, who knows. That's kind of what I want to depict there. It's kind of like a neutral kind of look, kind of in between everything, and kind of just thinking about things. And then we have that same shot again, but this time with red. So you're kind of getting a little bit more, you know, emotion into it, and then I add in the smoke, and it like immediately turns the fire, like immediately turns the emotion and the smoke into like fire. Like she's on fire. You can see the smoke literally coming off of her body, and she's like, you know, angry kind of. It's kind of just like, I hate this. What's going on, you know? And I love that. Like there's this like one specific spot in that clip that really makes me just go like, wow, that was insane. So a lot of this was kind of just experimenting, and I kind of just really wanted to get into the emotions, kind of really work with those shadows. So when you are lighting up your scene, it's good to think about how it looks as far as emotions. Like when you think of anger, when you think of happiness, when you think of sadness, what do you see? What kind of lighting do you see? How do you feel about those shadows? How do you feel about those highlights? What is it gonna depict from that shot to the audience, you know? So you really have to think about it when you're lighting up the specific scene. So I have a ton of different performance scenes from this music video, and all of them depict a different emotion. They all have different lighting, they all have different colors, they all have different smoke, you know, frequencies, they all have different things. So when you're lighting up your scene, you really got to think about stuff like that. And anyways, that is all for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned a little bit of stuff, and I kind of just wanted to share some of my shots with you guys and kind of tell you guys how I achieve those specific shots. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up. Give me a comment below and let me know, how do you guys end up lighting your videos? I'm actually a guy that uses a lot of natural light, so you know, lighting up stuff is kind of new for me. I still have a ton of things to learn with as far as gaff, electric, and everything. Still learning. If you guys have any amazing tips for me, let me know in the comments. I definitely appreciate it because still new to doing it, and I honestly do it all by myself, so it's kind of hard, but yeah. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day, morning, night, and wherever you're watching from, I'll see you next time. Peace.